I'm so excited. Look what book I found. I'm at Head Start at Centralia West, and in their room, I found this book of Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Hey, that's just like I acted out Goldilocks. If you haven't seen that video yet, Bobby did act out, and he played the part of Goldilocks, and I was the Three Bears. Can we read it? Can we read it? Yes, we can read it. Do you want to just sit on my lap? Okay. Okay, so he's going to sit here while I read the book. Last time we acted it out, and we even had a story, Bobby. Do you remember about how the little bear was in a wheelchair? Yeah, he remembers that. Well, this one is like an original story of Goldilocks and the Three Bears, and it is a beautiful picture book. I love picture books. Once upon a time, there was a little girl with a bright, happy smile and long, curly blonde hair, and everyone called her Goldilocks. Do you see how her hair is gold color? Goldilocks lived in a cottage by the edge of the woods. Always curious, she wondered what was in those woods. May I go for a walk in the forest? She asked her parents one day. No, said her mother, the woods are too big, you might lose your way. Oh no, said her father, the woods can be dangerous, you might get hurt. Promise us you will not go into the woods, her parents said together. I promise, said Goldilocks. One day, though, the sun was shining and the air felt fresh and cool, and the branches of the trees seemed to be waving at her. Goldilocks thought about her promise. I probably shouldn't go into the woods, but she did. Now, deep in the woods, there was another cottage, and in this cottage lived 3 bears. You okay there, Bobby? Papa Bear was a great big bear with a great big voice. He liked to fix things around the house, and he loved to cook. Mama Bear was a medium-sized bear with a soft, sweet voice. She liked to work in the yard, in her garden, and she loved to sing. Now, Baby Bear was a very small bear, and he had a thin, squeaky voice, and he liked to do whatever his parents were doing. One morning, Papa Bear made a big pot of delicious porridge. Porridge is kind of like oatmeal. He filled up the 3 bowls to the very top. First, he filled a great big bowl. Then he filled a medium-sized bowl. And finally, a very small bowl with pictures of honeybees on it. Oh, do you see those honeybees? The porridge smells wonderful, said Mama Bear. The porridge smells wonderful, said Baby Bear. The porridge is wonderful, said Papa Bear. Now eat it up. Ow! Yow! Said Baby Bear. The porridge is too hot. He's right, said Mama Bear, looking at Papa Bear. Well then, why don't we go for a walk until the porridge cools down? Hooray, said Baby Bear, fanning his tongue. And then they set off into the woods. Just as the 3 bears left for their walk in their woods, someone came running out of the forest. It was Goldilocks. Why didn't I listen to my parents, she said. Now I'm lost, and I don't know which way to go. Oh, man. Then Goldilocks saw the cottage, and always curious, that means she wants to find out about something. She wondered who lived in the house, so she knocked on the door. Hello, is anyone home? Of course no one was. And as she kept knocking, the door swung open. Oh, I probably shouldn't go inside, she told herself, but she did. The first thing Goldilocks saw was a cozy living room, and in it was a fireplace and 3 chairs made out of wood. One was a great big chair with a tall back and thick arms, and then one was a medium-sized chair. It glowed in the light, and it had soft, fluffy cushions. And one was a very small chair with butterflies painted on it. Goldilocks suddenly realized that, my feet hurt. This isn't my house, and I probably shouldn't sit in these chairs. But she did. First, she sat in the great big chair. The scratchy wood left splinters in her bottom. Ouch, she said, this chair is too rough. Next, Goldilocks sat in the medium-sized chair, and the chair was so slippery, whoa, she slid right off. Whoops, she said, this chair is too smooth. Finally, she sat in the very small chair. Ah, said Goldilocks, this chair is just right. But crash, it broke to pieces. Oh no, said Goldilocks, look what I've done. I have to leave. But suddenly, she smelled a wonderful smell. Always curious, she followed the smell to the doorway of the kitchen. And on a table in the kitchen, she saw 3 bowls, and the wonderful smell was coming from them. Suddenly, Goldilocks realized she was very hungry. I probably shouldn't taste what's in these bowls, said Goldilocks. But she did, for she tasted the porridge in the great big bowl. Ow! This porridge is too hot. Then she tasted the porridge in the medium-sized bowl. Ugh! This porridge is too cold. Finally, she tasted the porridge that was in the very small bowl. It wasn't too hot and it wasn't too cold. Yum, said Goldilocks. This porridge is just right. And she ate it all up. Oh, now Goldilocks saw a stairway leading up to another floor in the cottage. Always curious, she wondered what was at the top of those stairs. I probably shouldn't go up, she said. But she did. And at the top of the stairs, Goldilocks saw 3 beds. One was a great big bed that was painted blue. One was a middle-sized bed that was painted red, and one was a very small bed with a blue and red frame. Suddenly, Goldilocks realized she was feeling very sleepy. Oh, I probably shouldn't try those beds, she said, but she did. First, she tried the great big bed, but her head went down with a thunk. Ugh, this bed's too hard. Next, she tried the medium-sized bed. This time, she almost disappeared. She could barely breathe. This bed's too soft. And finally, she tried the very small bed. It wasn't too hard, and it wasn't too soft. This bed is just right, she said. And she snuggled under the covers and fell fast asleep. A little while later, the 3 bears returned from their walk. They stopped in surprise when they saw their door was open. Oh no, said Mama Bear, someone has been in our house. Be careful, said Papa Bear. That someone could still be in our house. The 3 bears tiptoed into the living room. Someone's been sitting in my chair, said Papa Bear. Someone's been sitting in my chair, gasped Mama Bear. Someone sat in my chair and broke it all to pieces, said Baby Bear. Then they hurried into the kitchen. Someone's been eating my porridge, roared Papa Bear. Someone's been eating my porridge, cried Mama Bear. Someone's been eating my porridge and it's all gone, squeaked Baby Bear. Now the 3 bears rushed up the stairs. Someone's been sleeping in my bed, growled Papa Bear. Someone's been sleeping in my bed, said Mama Bear. Someone's been sleeping in my bed and she's still there, squeaked Baby Bear. Papa and Mama rushed over to Baby Bear. They looked at Goldilocks, then they looked at each other, and Papa Bear let out a great big roar, and Goldilocks woke up. And first she saw a very small bear with big wide eyes, and then she saw a medium-sized bear with a very worried frown, and then she saw a great big bear with great big teeth and great big claws, and she shrieked, "Ah!" Goldilocks jumped out of bed, rushed across the bedroom, leaped down the stairs, ran through the kitchen, raced across the living room, and burst out the door. She ran and she ran until finally she saw her own cottage through the trees at the edge of the forest. Her mother and father were standing in the doorway, and Goldilocks ran up to them. "We've been so worried," they cried, giving her a hug. I'm sorry, I should have listened to you." "Well, at last and at least you are safe. Come in the house," said her father. "I'll make you something to eat." The next day, Goldilocks sat on her front step again. She could see the forest. The trees seemed to smile at her. And you know what she said? I probably shouldn't ever go in the woods again, she told herself. But, that was a little bit different. I kind of like that version. She ended up seeing the bears and she was a little bit scared. Yeah, I like it when she's friends with Baby Bear. Oh, you know what? I remember that story too. She ended up being a good friend of Baby Bear. But in this story, did you see the ending? She was very scared of the bears. Yeah, I'd be scared of a bear too. Would you ever go in the woods by yourself? No, that's a good thing. Never go out in the woods by yourself. But it's fun to have fairy tales. Once upon a time, and then it ends. The end. So that was a good story. It was fun, and we learned our lesson. Never go in someone's house unless you're invited in. And always ask your mom and dad first. I do. I always ask my mom. Good. I'm so glad. Well, tell the boys and girls bye, and we'll see them next time. Bye, boys and girls. See ya next time. Bye.